had a problem, so it broke off, and the people started escaping through their parachutes, and one of the guys landed on the tree, on the top of the tree, was just hanging there. And he saw somebody going, walking through the road where the tree was standing. So he, from the top of the tree, shouted to that guy who was passing by, because he wanted to know where he actually is landed. So he asked, "Where are we? Where am I?" Which place he meant actually. Which village or which town? And this person was down, just looked up and said, "You are at the top of the tree." And the guy who was hanging on the tree asked him back, "Are you a theologian?" This guy got stuck up. My God, how do you know that I am a theologian? What you say is correct, but useless, okay?
Exactly.
And that's what theology was doing all through. Why the whole world is now praising John, I mean, Laudato Si and Pope Francis. First time I think he has really touched the concrete problem of the people. Of course, all the other popes, starting from Rerum Novarum, as our brother said, the church has been always concerned about the problems of the society, because it always considered the humanity's child. So in that way it was really concerned from the time of industrialization. All the papal documents were concerned about social problems only, until Humanae Vitae came. Then afterwards came John Paul II, who also brought out a lot of encyclicals concerning human problems. But he's a pope who really put his finger in the wound and said, "We are bleeding, and we are also cause of it." Okay. So that way only, I thought it's a very good starting point. This quoting this pope for this conference, as I said, he has set the spark, he has lit the light in so many ways. Also in the hearts of the organizers here and the keynote presenters. So that way, we are in search of a theology of agriculture. As I said, one of the noblest, one of the oldest and the noblest profession of the humanity, but nobody really bothered about making a theory out of it. Thank God, it's also good. Otherwise, we would have been only hanging on to the theory than real practice of it. I think it was Valluva. I'm not a poet, but I'm still very much familiar with poets. But it is Valluva, the Tamil poet of the 3rd or 4th century, who really paints this profession in a very, very noblistic way, in a very sublime language. He calls it as a work of God's. Okay. And he says, without this profession, nothing will revolve, nothing will move, in fact. Okay, I just read in Tamil. The whole world goes behind this man who does the farming, though it is very tedious. Agriculture, though laborious, is the most excellent and primordial profession, form of labor. For people, though they may go about in search of various occupations, have at last to resort to the farmer. So without him, the world will not revolve around his axis. That's why he calls it as a linchpin, Achani, okay, or the axis of the world. And they are the farmers are the ones who are really live with dignity. The rest are at the mercy of the farmers. All the other professions are only beggars. He is the only one who is really self-made and with self-respect. All the others are only slaves. In poem 1033, he has written only couplets now. So in the small chorals. So he says the farmers will not go around begging for alms, rather they will feed the others. And they give alms in a very generous way. They can sustain any kingdom, and they have power to trample upon any king or every king. 1034. So they give up, if they give up the profession, even the ascetics who are deserted the worldly life will not have the possibility to survive. Even the ascetic who lives on a frugal means will not survive if the farmer stops his profession. So that is the greatness of this profession. I don't think any other poet has spoken so well about this farming in a great manner. And I was really pleasantly surprised today morning when Father told me that he's going to quote all our Sangam literature, the literature of the pre-Christian era regarding agriculture. I'm really glad that he's going to touch on that one, because no other literature, no other world literature has spoken so much about farming, greatness of farming, as the Sangam literatures. Okay. And for India, this is really a time to rediscover the nobility of this farming. Why? As Sapar already mentioned, we all know 70% of the people depend on agriculture. And it was 3 decades or 4 decades ago, it was 95% of the people were depending on agriculture. And 60% of India's land is arable, making it the second largest country which makes its sustenance from the farming, next to China. Okay. So, Make India campaign or Green Revolution, all these things are only, or industrialization of our country is only a humbug. What we are supposed to be made is making our agriculture real, noblest of all the professions and the highest of all the jobs that we could create. Okay. Agriculture products of significant economic value for our country, because they contribute 29% of our GDP. In 1990, they contributed 29%. Now they say it's only 14% because we are concentrating more on service industry and automobile industry. But still, NGOs or activists say agriculture contributes, or agriculture and agriculture-related industries contribute 35% of our GDP. In fact, the government doesn't want to accept that one openly. Okay. And I have a lot of statistics, you can read through all these things. Since we are very limited time, I'll just come to the challenges that we face in agriculture, then we go for theologizing. Okay. There are all challenges. I'm not going to explain all the things, but I just underline the main points. The first challenge for me is the very concept of human labor, the idea of labor in India, especially in Indian context. When we speak about labor, we have to speak about the laborers as well. It is already in our mind, in our psyche, in our religion, in our culture, to consider human labor as something lower. Damn it, okay. I think that theologians start with that one actually. Why? As Ambedkar said in his book, Annihilation of caste system has not only divided labor, but it divided laborers as well, making a hierarchical structure of laborers. Teacher, somebody nobler, one who handles Vedas is the noblest, and one who tills the soil is the lowest. And keeping 20% of this country's population outside this caste system, who are untouchables, are sandalas. Okay. I think that is the biggest challenge farming faces in our country. Restoring the nobility of work. And one of the things that I wanted to tell my students as well, if at all Christianity can contribute anything to India, to challenge this idea of looking at labor, work, as something divine, something sacred. To stop this nonsense of producing IT specialists, but creating our farmers and enthroning them in the right place. Just to take an example of Tamil Nadu. We have 457 engineering colleges producing 170,000, that is 1,70,000 graduates every year. Bullshit, what for? Not even 80%, not even 10% are really employed. Some are looking after their father's business, some are going back to their farming, some are working as internet cafe managers, or some are taking to catering. But Tamil Nadu has got only 37 agriculture colleges, and none of these agriculture graduates go back to agriculture. Pity. And they go for IAS exam because they say going to agriculture college, you get through you crack the IAS easily. There's a trend now, and that's why they are able to make money. Or they write once again 4th grade exam or 5th grade exam in government service sector and become Tahsildar, collector, registrar, by which they can make a lot of money or get a lot of bribe. Simple. And none of them bothers about this agriculture colleges as well. Okay. He says that is the time, and that is my introduction. Okay. So I can go on each challenge I can just. Then second, actually, there's exclusion of the laborers. Labor as such is something not dignified, something not divine, sacred. Secondly, the laborers themselves are considered as something. So we have 110 million excluded people who have no ownership of the land, who have no job as well. Okay. And there are 250 million who are considered as deprived, who are living below the poverty line, who are considered as agricultural laborers. Then we have 450 million vulnerable people who have left the farming and gone to the cities looking for labor, working as modern day coolies in the cities, doing so many inhuman jobs. Okay, and that means we have 800 million plus Indians who can be classified as excluded, deprived, and vulnerable people who are directly connected with agriculture and who have no dignity, who have no place of honor in our society. That is the biggest challenge. Then, third challenge is Nehruvian policy of industrialization. With all his goodwill, he created temples of the future by making